United States-led victory. United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, Northern Alliance support. Afghanistan, Al-Qaeda, Islamic Movement of Uzbekistan, East Turkestan, Islamic Party. Timeline. Airstrikes. Major insurgent attacks 2002, 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. 2019, 2020, 2021 massacres. Other the United States invasion of Afghanistan occurred after the September 11 attacks in late 2001 and was supported by close U.S. allies which had officially began the War on Terror. The conflict is also known as the U.S. War in Afghanistan or the 2001 invasion of Afghanistan. Its public aims were to dismantle Al-Qaeda and deny it a safe base of operations in Afghanistan by removing the Taliban from power. The United Kingdom was a key ally of the United States, offering support for military action from the start of preparations for the invasion. It followed the Afghan Civil War's 1996 to 2001 phase between the Taliban and the Northern Alliance groups. Although the Taliban controlled 90% of the country by 2001, the U.S. invasion of Afghanistan became the first phase of the war in Afghanistan. U.S. President George W. Bush demanded that the Taliban hand over Osama bin Laden and expel Al-Qaeda. Bin Laden had already been wanted by the FBI since 1998. The Taliban declined to extradite him unless given what they deemed convincing evidence of his involvement in the 9/11 attacks, and ignored demands to shut down terrorist bases and hand over other terrorist suspects apart from bin Laden. The request was dismissed by the U.S. as a meaningless delaying tactic, and it launched Operation Enduring Freedom on October 7, 2001, with the United Kingdom. The two were later joined by other forces, including the Northern Alliance troops on the ground. The US and its allies rapidly drove the Taliban from power by December 17, 2001, and built military bases near major cities across the country. Most Al-Qaeda and Taliban members were not captured, escaping to neighboring Pakistan or retreating to rural or remote mountainous regions during the Battle of Tora Bora. In December 2001, the United Nations Security Council established the International Security Assistance Force to oversee military operations in the country and train Afghan national security forces. At the Bonn Conference in December 2001, Hamid Karzai was selected to head the Afghan interim administration, which after a 2002 lawyer jirga in Kabul became the Afghan Transitional Administration. In the popular elections of 2004, Karzai was elected president of the country, now named the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. In August 2003, NATO became involved as an alliance, taking the helm of ISAF. One portion of US forces in Afghanistan operated under NATO command. The rest remained under direct US command. Taliban leader Mullah Omar reorganized the movement, and in 2002, it launched an insurgency against the government and ISAF that continues to this day. Afghanistan's political order began to break down with the overthrow of King Zahir Shah by his cousin Muhammad Daud Khan in a bloodless 1973 coup. Daud Khan had served as prime minister since 1953 and promoted economic modernization, emancipation of women, and Pashtun nationalism. This was threatening to neighboring Pakistan, faced with its own restive Pashtun population. In the mid-1970s, Pakistani Prime Minister Zulfikar Ali Bhutto began to encourage Afghan Islamic leaders, such as Burhanuddin Rabbani and Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, to fight against the regime. In 1978, Daud Khan was killed in a coup by Afghan's Communist Party, his former partner in government, known as the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan. The PDPA pushed for a socialist transformation by abolishing arranged marriages, promoting mass literacy and reforming land ownership. This undermined the traditional tribal order and provoked opposition from Islamic leaders across rural areas. But it was particularly the PDPA's crackdown that contributed to open rebellion, including Ismail Khan's Herat uprising. The PDPA was beset by internal leadership differences and was weakened by an internal coup on September 11, 1979, when Hafizullah Amin ousted Nur Muhammad Turki. The Soviet Union, sensing PDPA weakness, intervened militarily 3 months later to depose Amin and install another PDPA faction led by Babrak Karmal. The entry of the Soviet Union into Afghanistan in December 1979 prompted its Cold War rivals, the United States, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia and China, to support rebels fighting against the Soviet-backed Democratic Republic of Afghanistan. In contrast to the secular and socialist government, which controlled the cities, religiously motivated Mujahideen held sway in much of the countryside. Beside Rabbani, Hekmatyar, and Khan, other Mujahideen commanders included Jalaluddin Haqqani. The Kia worked closely with Pakistan's inter-service intelligence to funnel foreign support for the Mujahideen. The war also attracted Arab volunteers, known as Afghan